Let me introduce you to the moderator for this session, Ms. Rashmi Mansharamani, CHRO and Chairman CII, WIB, WUP, the WAVE Group. Ms. Rashmi is a postgraduate in Human Resources from XRI Jamshedpur with over 25 years of experience in diverse international and domestic organizations. She is a certified master assessment expert, executive coach, change management expert, a certified business storyteller, and PASH practitioner. She was awarded one of the most influential HR leaders in India by World HRD Congress in 2016, the Indira HR Super Achiever Award in October 2021, and the She Evolution Championing Women to Transform the Planet Award by PSAI in February 2024. Ms. Rashmi has been appointed as Chairman CII WUP. Women in Business is focused on strengthening the business ventures of women entrepreneurs in Western Uttar Pradesh. Ms. Rashmi interacts with government agencies and concerned authorities to put forward the concerns related to women entrepreneurs that help augment ease of doing business. Ms. Rashmi is currently working as Chief Human Resource Officer at the WAVE Group. The WAVE Group is a diverse industrial conglomerate with the business that include real estate, manufacturing, wellness, and education. She has worked with major corporate houses like ITC, United Breweries, and Thapar Group, and international organizations like ICRC, CAF International. With this, everyone, let's invite the moderator on the dais with a huge round of applause. And now it's time to introduce you to the panel members. We have with us Mr. Ankur Bhandari, Global Head of People Analytics, ABB. Mr. Soumik Nandy, SVP Sales, WiZR. Ms. Piyal Malhotra, Director, Global Talent Development, Cognizant. Ms. Rini Ajeet, VP Human Resource, Eco-Mobility. Mr. Pradeep, Hatgaonkar, Country Head HR, Hitachi, Astemo. Last but not least, Mr. Rajiv Kumar, VP and Head HR, Daitrix. With this, can we invite the entire panel on stage with a huge round of applause, everyone? We need energy. I want everybody to wake up. Everybody, energy. The house is full. Full house we have. And the energy is low. I want a bit of more energy, everyone. Can I get that? Can I get that? Little bit of more energy. Again, louder. Like we did in the very beginning of the event, that energy I'm expecting from you because as I already mentioned that these people are here with us, the leaders, the experts in their respective fields are here with us to share their knowledge, their insights with us. So let me tell you, another informative and power-packed session is just about to arrive. So everyone, please get ready. And with this, the entire panel is here, and the topic is going to be future of work, preparing for the next generation of employees. With this, over to you.
So anyway, we'll try our best to wake you all up. And we have 35 minutes left out of the 40 minutes. So I'll just give you the maths right now, how we're going to work it out. The format. Out of 35 minutes, I think you can give me 3 minutes as a moderator to speak because I won't get a chance to speak later. And then we have 6 of us. It's a big, session. I mean, a lot of dignitaries we have over here, and each of them will have 2 minutes per question. So we have 2 questions each for each one, and that makes it 4 into 6, 24, and 3 of mine, 27. And we have a quiz in between. That's for 5 minutes. So we make it 32. We'll save you 3 minutes. No, now it'll be 2 minutes. Is that okay? Yeah, was the maths okay? Perfect? Yeah. So that's motivating to hear that. So the topic is future of work and how do we prepare? You know, future of work is already here. We all guys know. Is AI all around us? We are inundated with AI. There's no future. We are already in the future. I mean, AI has already entered our workplaces, our homes, everywhere. And if you're talking about how we have to prepare ourselves, this is the conversation we're going to have today. Okay, So when we talk about AI, agent AI, now we're moving from Gen AI to agent AI. What changes? Basically, we all know that some roles will go away, new roles will come. They will define new roles. The agent will define new roles, and we will, as an organization, we have the responsibility of, shaping them up. What the world, for some data, what the World Economic Forum clearly states that by which year by 27, 85 million jobs will be displaced, but 97 new jobs will come up. But the only difference is that this will be a new workforce. The workforce will be different now. What is that kind of a workforce? That thrives on collaborative intelligence. And what is collaborative intelligence? You all know is when the machine and man works together, when they co-work together, when they co-work to make decisions, they co-own it to make decisions, they co-design to make a workflow and co-create value. So it's a man and machine together. Now, two more points I'd like to add on more is what we know for certain and what we don't know for certain about the future. What we know for certain is agent AI is going to work in its own way, yeah? And we have to follow that way. There's no, we won't have any option. And it is just not a wave of automation. It is a revolution. After years to come, we have got something that is really going to be different, really earth-shaking it is. And we have to follow the way. And since they've already entered us, so the point is that how do we grow along with it? That's one simple thing, that's very certain. What is uncertain are 3-4 things that we can't see because it's a little foggy right now. It's there before us, but we can't see it so well, is that you have the man and machine working together, so how the roles will be defined, that is what we're going to discuss. How will the culture be? We've always had a culture of transparency, progressive culture. How will the digital culture be? This is something we really need to discuss, if we can. Besides the culture and the work, there's one more very important point is the leadership. The AI will make most of the decisions. That's based on data, that's based on pattern, that's based on an algorithm. So you have all the decisions taking. Now you have a leader who actually takes the decisions. A leader mainly takes decisions. When that is taken away from him, so in this dynamic environment, what will be the role of a leader? Will he remain an algorithmic leader or much more? That needs to be discussed. So it's the leadership, it's the culture, it's the work that we need to decide. And it's the performance also. In HR, at the end of the day, we always measure performance. How would we measure performance when a man and machine work together? Who gets credibility is not important. Who completes the task is not important. But judgment is there, creativity is there, and there are a lot of other points. And these are the points I want you all, I'll try to take you all forward and try to make this interesting for you. So my first question goes out to Soumik. Soumik, I just discussed this, we just mentioned this, that some roles will go away, some roles will come, new roles will come. What is the responsibility of organizations, people? How do we define these roles? How do we define these roles, though we don't know exactly right now? And when you have that collaborative intelligence, how do you decide who does what? Because we have to structure the responsibility. Also, we need to make a framework. How do we take the people along? What would you say to that, Soumik?
Thank you so much. The thought process over there is very simply that, like the moderator just said, that the wave is coming, we can't really avoid it. It's already here, we have to adapt. Having said that our responsibility towards our employees is that essentially we have to break it down into small parts. So we have to be able to consume it in small parts. The typical way we've been talking about people, what we do also is that we make it a functional competence. We believe that titles, job descriptions, CVs don't matter anymore. I think what matters is pure skills. And pure skills without designation, right? So we have to decide which skills do we need to optimize for, and we have to define at what proficiency we need those skills to be optimized for across levels. So we believe in a system that the company will first decide the functional competencies required, the skills required, and the concepts required to figure out what needs to be expressed in what proficiency to what level of people. That's the point number one. Point number two, it has to be a continuous upskilling process. It can't be that ad hoc, people decide that this quarter something has to get happened, we do a offline guy coming on board, getting people together of 20, 30 people, doing offline session, and you're done. Because that time has passed, we feel. We feel that right now the time is such with things changing, AI is changing every 2 weeks. We're getting stronger and stronger models every 2 weeks. We're getting people becoming faster every 2 weeks. People are talking in Silicon Valley, people are talking about having $1 billion one-person company. That's the power and the multiplication power and the leverage that you can use with AI. So we have to equip our manpower. Yes, as the moderator said, the number of people may reduce, may increase, we don't know that for sure. But we do know that their skills will be different. So I as sales guy also want to be a GPT prompter. I need to know how to do prompts to handle people better. And of course I believe empathy is going to be a big one because analytically, honestly, you can't really compete with right now. Already you're losing. You already lost the race of analytical ability with a LLM model. That's not even, it's absolutely no show. So the only level, I think, empathy, managing people, managing expectations, and of course, bringing it down to a skill level where we judge people on their skills as the jobs will completely change, evolve. And of course, the last point would be measurement. So everybody's talking about ROI, as and when you have these things, people will be asking you about, okay, justification of your costs. What are you spending on? Why are you spending it? What's the ROI? So you have to be, as HR professionals, we have to be able to figure out, okay, if I'm spending X amount of money, what's happening on that money? How am I delivering results on that money? So a measurement aspect of it, ROI aspect of it, pre and post assessment of it, what's happened pre-upskilling, what happened post-upskilling. I should be able to, in a one click or in a certain manner, be able to provide that to the management. So I believe these 3-4 things, I think, are going to be key going forward, and people who are able to do this are going to succeed.
Thank you, Soumik. I loved your points. I mean, what you emphasized in, what he said in the beginning was so important that titles, JDs that we've been pulling along for so many years will not matter anymore. I hope so. And what you said was that skills will matter. At what proficiency level and what efficiency those skills give you, how much you learn, and what those skills will, stand in the background. That's very important. Of course, the measurement points were also very important. And I would like to put the same question to you, Rajiv. Do you want me to repeat the question, or you're good?
I can, go ahead, Rashmi.
Okay, great,
I heard you. And
Please
thank
go
you so much for setting up the context about the AI and the collaborative approach. And as we all know that AI is disrupting a lot, across, whether it is business, processes, people, personal space, etc. Where we go, we are talking about AI. And we ourselves don't know what to do. Should we accept? Should we not accept? We are in dilemma most of the time. But the fact is that AI is going to be a part of our life, going to be with us. It is going to be our invisible buddy, co-worker, whatever we call it. So I personally believe, I believe that it's the future, and we will be having the co-worker or co-hybrid model, hybrid role will be there, where a person will be, there will be human. Along with that human, there will be a AI agent as well. So that AI will do the routine work, whereas a human will be doing the more like a supervisory work, and human intelligence will be there, emotions will be there, so that they can do a much better, productive work, whatever we have been doing in the past. Imagine it's just a human being, then probably a lot of chances of errors and all, and it will be like delayed, etc. A lot of human being will be required, but now less people and more productive and better way, less error-free. This is what I expect. Second, we can talk about certain new role will be evolving, because as we talk about AI, digital, more risk, more digital crime will be there. So as we are all talking about cyber crime and all, right? So we will be having new rules created to manage the cyber crime within the company in this space also, right? So risk and governance will be creating a lot of new rules. Third, we are talking about the ChatGPT and all. So a lot of people are making and using it. Let's accept it, right? And why not? We should use it. But we should use it only for the constructive purposes. So prompt engineering is another role which we are talking about, which is going to really help engineers to use how to use the GPTs and all to get the better output. And certain role will definitely, Rashmi, go away, because when there is a AI agentic, people are they are there, then a lot of routine tasks the person is doing, they will no longer required. And these roles will convert into the cybercrime, managing the cybercrime space, doing the kind of, the governance part of it. AI ethicist we are talking about because it is not there earlier. So a lot of new role will come. One of the framework I can talk about is the adaptive skills framework is very important because now no longer it will be role, it will be more like skill based. So people need to be ready with flexibility. They need to be open for change anytime. It is very dynamic in nature. As Soumik said, that AI itself is evolving. Every day we are seeing new things, right? So you need to believe in reskilling, upskilling, cross-functional skilling, whatever you call it, it has to be there to succeed in the AI environment. AI fluency is another one I would like to talk about. Earlier in the CVs you used to write that good in communication skills, interpersonal skills, etc., fluency in English or Hindi, whatever. Today this will be added as well, like AI fluency. So this should be added in the JDs or wherever you call it, resumes and all. And this will lead to definitely cutting across all levels, whether leadership or employee level, middle level. AI is there, so AI will be influencer, right? So we need to be AI aligned, and hence culture needs to be built where we have the digital mindset, accept the digital, and embrace the digital environment as well. So we should expect the e-leadership, going forward to manage the workforce, and then we need to be aligned accordingly. So a lot of roles will be realigned now, having the AI-driven organization. Yeah.
Rajiv, you put in a lot of good points. I'll not mention all of them, but I'd like to add a few over here. The ones you said, you first of all called AI a buddy and a co-worker.
Correct.
That sounds a little friendly and nice. And I love that hybrid model you spoke about. You said that on one side you have an AI and the other side you have a human. The AI will do all the repetitive and routine work, and human will do the supervisory and the emotional quotient part, which sounds very interesting. I hope we follow that model. Yeah, and I hope it remains that way. And you spoke about the new roles in ChatGPT, but of the 3 competencies you mentioned are really worthwhile. One was the AI fluency, being AI aligned.
Correct.
That should be mentioned as a competency, AI aligned, AI competency, and a digital mindset, which we have right now, all of us. Yeah. Thank you very much. They're wonderful inputs. Yeah.
Thank you.
So I come to my second question. This is to Pradeep. You can hear me there, Pradeep? Yeah. So Pradeep, this is more on the leadership dynamics I was talking about earlier. Since AI will be taking over, it's a very simple question. AI will be doing a lot of decision making based on data, patterns, insights, algorithms. So where does that take the role of a leader? How do you think the role of a leader will shape up in this environment?
Definitely, Rashmi. Thank you for asking good question. And you rightly said future is already here, because there is no future. Future will always, that's uncertain, but where we are living, that's the future. And this is a very good point you said. When the future is here, we should be ready to face that. And during the present scenario, the leader's role is going to definitely change, and it will emerge like a more direct controlling point of view, that style to the mentorship style should come. Because the leader will have more alignment to live coexisting with the AI and the human. And especially HR leaders' role is going to be very important, because they have to ensure that the AI should not be given much liberty, because the direct controlling and analytical job will be done by the AI. But the HR leader's job will remain how to remove the biases, how to establish coexistence between AI and humans together. So more like a strategical role he will have to play. He has more time to think, more bird's eye view kind of decisions, top level decisions, so that he can ensure that there is going to be a new role of AI ethicist, and mainly ethics are going to be very difficult scenario. Because of the biases, the ethics issue will remain there. So AI leaders role will be, the HR leaders role will be more important, how to address those ethical issues. That's.
Thanks, Pradeep. Yes, the mentorship style, I think we'll have to, though we already, leaders are always mentors, but this is, I think there'll be a major role to play as a mentor right now, and ethics and bias These are two important things that we'll have to underline. Piyal, can I put the same question up to you for leadership? You want me to repeat it? It's fine.
It's fine, thank
Yeah?
you.
Yeah.
Hey, hi. A quick question back to all of you, and a show of hands, please. How many of us right now, as we speak, are undergoing a prompt engineering course?
Already done.
Done. That's great. Again, show of hands. Course on agentic AI. Wonderful. I think what one wants to say here is that the starting point is digital literacy, especially you and I as cultural ambassadors, as L&D leaders, HR leaders. It's very important that we first educate ourselves the digital literacy aspect. That's a starting point. And there is plethora of courses and options out there wherein you can pick up a curated version and do it. It's very important to get the digital vocab right, identify the problem statement, and see where the play is. That's one. Second, to your question on the role of leaders today in this AI world, one, I believe leaders should uphold the aspect of responsible AI. There's still a lot of fuzz and mist around what AI is really, is really about to do and how risky is it, does it really compromise on security and so on and so forth. So if you go to Microsoft or Google and go through the AI principles, responsible AI principles, you'll come across aspects of accountability, fair AI, transparency, and so on. I think those are a couple of things we as leaders need to be very, very particular about. That's the first starting point. Second, am I also instrumental in deploying a AI for all strategy within my organization or within my teams? What does that mean? One is the education aspect. Are there enough learning avenues? And the second is deployment of AI. So as a leader, our role is to deploy AI ourselves, create high touch point employee experiences internally, give opportunities to people to fail fast, and talk about what you as a leader did in the AI space or generative AI space and what's working and what's not working. Third, I think a leader's view is, irrespective of the role that you have, and he just spoke about it, that it's no more about how many years you have, what credentials you have, what title do you own. It's fairly skill-based, but what remains constant is you and I as leaders need to have a view on what's going on, which means as leaders, are you and I investing enough to understand the use cases being deployed across industries? What are the successes? Where are the point of failures? Having understood that, am I able to develop a point of view and play it back to my employees? Because that's where the meat is. I can do n number of courses, but do I have a point of view or not? And who's responsible for building that? You and me. And finally, I think, again, borrowing from a couple of your points, meta skills becomes a lot more critical, like critical thinking, problem solving and decision making, empathy, and so on, simply because we are dealing with artificial intelligence, as the name gives. It's still artificial intelligence, and the human in the loop, which is as leaders, you and me, we are responsible to make it work for us. So I think AI, digital, is a means to an end. It's not the end, and that's where your and my role as leaders becomes very critical. That's all. Thanks, Rashmi.
Very well said. And that last line that you said, that our responsibility is to make sure that the machine works for us. It's just not counting on what will work and what will not, but this is our total responsibility, that we have to make sure it works. And then you spoke about, yes, first of all, that educating ourselves first. There's so many courses available, and please do them. I think there's one another platform that I'd like to mention is edX, which is the best, and a lot of free courses from Stanford, Columbia, all available over there. You can, browse over them during lunchtime while munching, and there are a lot of videos, and you'll at least pick up one, or you'll have one or two takeaways every day, which you can go and brag about, that you know about AI. That's what most people do nowadays. But anyway, it works. And responsible AI that you spoke about, how do we create those touch points? Very interesting. And create those opportunities for people. Have that viewpoint is very important. And most importantly is the meta skills that you mentioned. Wonderful. Very well said. Thank you very much. Wonderful points. Now I would come, because we've got a long book and people are waiting. question is to Pradeep, Rini, and Piyal. And you can answer that, Ankur, also, if you want. Because this is a very, it's a question that everybody is interested in. See, careers are no longer linear now. We all know that. Post-COVID, you know, people are, a person who was working in a certain line is working somewhere else now. You know, you don't have the same path that you were. Careers have always been linear all these years, but now they are not. So what do we have in the workspace? We have people with non-linear careers. We have multi-generational people. And you have, it's a mixture of everything. How do you define those roles? How do you build the culture over there? You know, this is very important. This is not so much to do with AI, but how do you prepare people for such dynamic, the career landscape is changing totally. Totally, how do you prepare people for such things? And do you think that technology will be the main pillar for all this? Is that one thing that everyone will have to get into? Is technology that important that everyone needs to have that part of it in their, not job description, in the CV at least, to understand it, or we can do without it? Who would like to go for that? Rini, you'll start with that? Yeah.
Thank you so much, Rashmi. So I agree to this. Basically, right now, if you see, we are going to move from, you know, what is called as change in the world of work, because it's not anymore a job, you know, which is where we stick around and work for years, right? Now, there will be a change where, you know, it'll be like a highway. You know, you will have multiple lanes, right? You can choose the road which you want to take and also grow, right? So here now what it will begin is how you develop or how you make your career in multiple, not just in one, but in multiple skills that you desire. And AI is one of it, right? And in eco-mobility, we have started building up, you know, our, starting with the chauffeurs, because we have somewhere around 12,000 chauffeurs. We believe that with the employees, we also have to build them, right? And we also have to introduce AI to them. So we have started working on their skill sets. They are not just chauffeurs who are driving us or the guest, right? They are now further trained on, you know, their grooming, defensive driving is a part of it, which they have to, you know, understand. And how the alerts work, you know, giving them on time, you know, alerts, whether, you know, it is a safe drive or whether it is something they have to take a decision on, right? So it's all situational. Then third, they are also getting trained on safety protocols, on emergency, you know, handling emergency situations, how they should be reacting. They should not be running away. They should be knowing the basics, you know, how to take care of the guest and maybe the vehicle or that situation. So we are developing their skills there. We are also developing them on digital readiness. So that starts from, you know, using the mobile phones, smartphones, and also integrating the apps. You know, the duties that they perform, the trips that they do, how they do it, you know, through the app, how is it working, right? So those basic things we have started working on with them so that they are not, you know, lacking behind. They are also, you know, growing with the other people. So that's what we are doing right now, Rashmi. So I guess there's something we should also look at. Thank you.
Thank you, Rini. And what you very aptly said is that choose the way you want to work. There are so many options today, you know. There you can, you know, it depends on you where you want to go. Pick what you want, work hard on it, and you can make it. And you explained about eco-stability, I mean mobility, sorry. Stability is also sounds good. It was very interesting. I think I'll come to you, Ankur, before I carry on with the same question, because you've had a lot of patience now, yeah? And you're sitting next to me. So My question to you is, I'll jump the gun a little bit, is towards when human and AI are working together. We spoke about that earlier, that how would the culture work? Rajiv spoke about it a little bit, a digital culture. Maybe you could emphasize on that. And second is the measurement, the performance part, you know. Is the machine working together with AI? How, right now we have a full 2 months on performance appraisals, you know. We all in HR work so much on performance appraisal. How is that chapter going to look like? How would you measure that beyond that, you know, is it just a task completion that you and AI finish the job, or is it more than that? Is it judgment, creativity? How would it work? Yeah?
Well, thank you for that particular question. And I think whenever we get into this kind of a HR and AI and HR kind of a discussion, this is one of the most difficult questions to answer and also very sensitive. But to break it down, I think in HR or for a person who is working for an organization, the entire thing is actually shaped up by the demand, the customer demand, right? So as AI becomes matured, as technologies become matured, I think we would see the demand maturing in 2 areas. Number one is customers will be demanding a lot of customizations to their own levels. Number 2 is, you know, they need a user experience which is absolutely seamless. Now, we all have to deliver that. Now, most of us in this room are from human resources, right? Let's say what does that mean for us? If I talk about human resources, our customers and users are going to be businesses or the employees. And we are expected to deliver customized benefits plan. We are expected to deliver customized KPIs that takes care of not just business, but also personal goals, right? And all of this at the same time delivering a fantastic employee experience for everyone, right? So it will evolve on a daily basis. And I think in terms of the KPIs and measurement, we were talking about collaborative intelligence. I think this is again a collaborative culture that we'll have to build. So goals cannot be just one way that business is setting up a target or a manager is setting up a target. It has to be collaborative wherein both are working together, right? And the goals are more aligned to outcomes, the business outcome, the values that we can deliver. And the goals are not going to be one goal for the entire team. That has to be more aligned to your job role that you're playing on a particular project. Hope that kind of brings a little clarity.
You made it sound a little simple, though we thought it would be very complicated that, you know, let's align the goals, you know, to the business. When you have the numbers, you measure against the numbers and then you get it all, yeah? And who gets the credit for it, that we still don't know. But it's okay. But 2 points, how to get that. One was customization. Let's keep the customer and internal customer happy and a wonderful user experience. So very well said. I think it's a very good point to be taken, that that's how we could measure. I mean, I think there's no other way, but maybe this is a really important way. That's the outcome is important. What's the use of measuring something which doesn't have a benefit to the company at all? Before we break into the second round of questions, we've got only how many minutes left? 5 minutes left. And so we'll have rapid fire. Not the Karan Johar one, but we'll have our own one. But before that, can we have a small quiz? I can't even hear yes. Yes? Okay. Quick one. It'll take 1 minute. You all can participate also. Which sectors in India, and nobody's consulting the AI, okay, right now? Yeah? Otherwise, you'll have the answers right. Yeah, it'll take you like 5 seconds to get the answer. So which sectors in India are leading in advanced AI adoption, including generative and agentic AI system? Which sectors? 1, 2, 3, 4. With the percentage. Let's see who's the closest. And I would ask the organizers to give some prizes. Yes? Who said what? Healthcare is there, but which number out of the 4? You have to put it in priority. So somebody said healthcare.
Back office. Back office. I mean the BPOs and all.
BPOs and all that, but But they are not advanced in AI adoption as yet. I mean, if you go by the numbers of AI. No, not IT. I also checked the IT. Twice I checked IT.
I think the number one would be fintech, and the number two is going to be automotive.
Yeah, automotive comes under what?
Manufacturing automotive, yeah.
So number two is okay. Number 4, we've got it from the panel. What about you guys here? So what is 84%? Who has adopted maximum? So is BFSI? So fintech comes in a little bit over there. BFSI, the banking sector. So highest is HDFC Bank. Anyone from HDFC? AI fraud and detection. ICICI Bank. Second is, of course, 71% is manufacturing. Tata Steel, Mahindra and Mahindra. Number 3 is retail, 61%. Reliance Retail. And Flipkart. And healthcare, of course, is Apollo Hospitals. They are at 59%. Okay. I'll come to my second question, because now we got 3 minutes left. As of 2024, what percentage of Indian enterprises have actively deployed AI, including generative and agentic AI systems? I'll give you the numbers, yeah? 4 options, like ABC. 59%, 39%, 30%, or 74%?
74.
Yes, who said that? Let's give a big clap now. Yeah? That's 59%, you're right. The organizer may please give a prize. What's your name? Monica, may please. Where are the organizers? Somewhere around? Yeah? Okay, I have 2 more questions. Do we have time to ask? Yeah? Y'all are okay?
Yeah.
Which 2 sectors in India, okay, this is y'all already know. Doesn't matter. Which 2 sectors in India are expected to undergo the most significant transformation due to agentic AI adoption?
I think one is definitely automotive, the way it's going.
Yeah, who said banking? Yeah. BFSI? And number 2, who said?
Insurance?
Manufacturing is number 4. Number 2? Yes, who said healthcare? Lot of hands gone up. Now I don't know about the prizes. I'm not sure they'll give so many. Okay, my last question. This is very interesting, yeah? This is interesting for all of us. Which are the emerging career roles that are likely to arise due to adoption of agentic AI? Can you give me 4 such roles that will come up? Let's see if they match with us. Yes, number 1, 100% correct. Prompt engineer is the first role.
Ethics consultant, AI ethics consultant.
Yeah,
That's number 2, you're right. AI ethics and governance officer. AI ethics and governance officer, prompt engineer. Next time you have a panel, you'll find some people on the board with these. And which is the third one? Third or fourth one? I can't hear actually.
Cyber analyst.
Cyber analyst.
No. No, those we
That's
already
already
have,
there.
no, right now.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the future. Prompt engineers you have, but you don't have that many, no? Which specialist? No, they're already there. They're already there. Machine learning is there for a long time now. They are also there. So what will happen? The third one was so easy. It's a human and AI interaction designer. So human and AI. And the fourth one is a workflow designer, agentic workflow designer. This I have not made up on my own, I'm sorry. I have gone through a lot of research and found which are the 4 most important ones that will come up.
I'm actually surprised that in all of these roles, when we're talking about human and AI interaction, I think one of the important role is going to be therapist.
Yeah.
Right? You'll need a lot of therapists to ensure that your employees don't have a digital burnout.
They will have, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we can put that first. So the time's up. Shall we have a quick fire round? With all of us, maybe one word on, Just one word on what are the competencies that we need to gear us up. This is for all of you all also. Maybe you'll have some takeaways from here that when AI finally comes in, it's almost there, 3-4 months or maybe maximum 6 months, at least by the end of the year. What should we prepare ourselves with? Which is that competency that each of us need to have to face it bravely? Not that it's going to be that bad.
I think
We'll start with you, Rajiv.
I think AI fluency I talked about, so AI literacy.
AI literacy, very well said.
Lifelong learning.
I think we should stick to empathy, ethics, which is more of human in nature.
Empathy and ethics, yes, very good.
As leaders, I would say change management.
Very well said.
I think continuous learning with measurability.
Continuous learning with? Very good, yeah.
Yeah, I think most of my points are already done, but I think it's the attitude, right? Attitude of unlearning, learning, and relearning.
Very well said.
Yeah,
So I have no points left, if I'm allowed to say. But in any case, I would like to say the competency is future fluent. So whether AI comes or something else comes after that, let's be future fluent. Let's keep ourselves always ready with the fluency. We can end here. Thank you very much. I hope it was a good conversation and we could wake you up. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, our panelists and our moderator. Can I request you to be with us for another minute, because we have a small token of appreciation for your time you have given us here. And to give away the memento, may I invite Ms. Chandani Ravani, ma'am, can we have you back on the stage, please, to give away this token of appreciation to the entire panel and our moderator.